Hi, welcome back to Hot Topics TV / Brainflow TV. Listen, Lil Woody, his testimony has come to an end in the YSL RICO case with Young Thug and all that. Lil Woody has been a spectacle. Lil Woody has been a, how should I say it, other than he threw this whole case away. I think Lil Woody is the dumbest, smartest person that I have ever witnessed take a stand in any case. I mean, whether this brother is playing dumb or this is how he actually is, thanks to him, I think eventually there's going to be some acquittals down the road, because this case is not worth a bag of shit right now. It's literally not worth a Walmart shopping bag full of cow doo-doo at this point. Now, according to 11 Alive, right, Woody's tumultuous testimony now comes to an end, nearly 3 months after it started. So we could say Woody spent 3 months on the stand. The YSL RICO trial is already the longest in Georgia history. But here's some of what happened during Woody's lengthy testimony. By the way, I'm asking my audience to bear with me because I'm under the weather again. So I'm feeling a bit stuffy. So, you might hear all the chops and clicks and whatnot in the mic. Plus, you might hear me sneeze every now and then or cough every now and then. But I'm trying to get the story out there, right? Alright, natural human stuff. We're not machines, we're human beings. Okay, so it says that on Tuesday, Kenneth Copeland, who goes by the name Lil Woody, finally finished testifying in the YSL RICO case. Let's get this out of the way first. First, a lot of people were saying that Lil Woody is a snitch. I'm looking at this whole thing like Lil Woody is the most thoroughest person going up against this whole situation right here. I want y'all to keep something in mind as we get into this information right here. Lil Woody was or is the state's main witness. This is the state's power play. Lil Woody was supposed to come in and fuck shit up for the state. Instead, he got a deal for himself, and he came in, and he did fuck shit up for the state, but not in the way that it's going to benefit the state. I think he has damaged this case so much. The credibility of everybody is shot. By the time Woody is done, all their information is garbage. It is like, you might as well throw this out, scrap it, get back to the drawing board. Matter of fact, if I was supposed to compare Lil Woody to Gunna, I would say Gunna is definitely a snitch. Now, y'all remember, right, when Gunna said, they asked him, is YSL a gang? He said, yes, ma'am. Is it true that you have information or proof that members of this gang committed crimes in furtherance of the gang? He said, yes, ma'am. I mean, come on, man. I don't care if everybody is saying it doesn't matter what Gunna said because his testimony is not going to be used in court. It sure the hell is going to be used in court. He verified that this right here that YSL was a gang, which is exactly what the prosecution is trying to prove. However, somebody like Lil Woody maintains exactly what Young Thug has been saying all along. This is not a gang. YSL has never been a criminal organization. We are a gang. We are not a gang. We are not a criminal organization. We are a record label, and you guys are trying to make it look like we are a gang and a criminal organization, right? So boom, back to what happened with Lil Woody. His testimony comes to an end after about 3 months on the stand. Lil Woody says, you testified that YSL is not a gang. This is what the Assistant District Attorney Simone Hilton asked him. She said, you testified that YSL is not a gang. Woody replied, and it still ain't a gang. Prosecutors were hoping that Woody would have helped them build their case against rapper Young Thug and several co-defendants. They alleged that YSL is a gang, not a record label that is responsible for several violent crimes. Instead, Lil Woody's testimony brought months of questions and controversy that dramatically changed the course of this trial. Single-handedly, I think he dismantled this entire case. If not, he has caused so much doubt that there is no way that this case can go on in the direction of without the shadow of a doubt. Considered a key witness before the trial, Woody has largely declined to answer questions from prosecutors, often telling them that he doesn't recall events that he was allegedly involved in, or statements that he had allegedly made before, or even things that have happened in court before that they saw. He says, I don't recall. I don't remember. Did you sneeze 5 minutes ago? I don't recall. I don't remember. You know, and you can't tell somebody you wrong. You do remember. You do recall. You're not in that person's head. You don't have that person's memory span. You don't know if they recall or don't recall for real, right? So it became his calling card, basically. He so much so that he actually released a song that's called I Don't Recall, which is detailed right here. Woody first took the stand on June 7th, where he refused to answer questions about his age. First of all, how old are you? Hilton asked him. I'm grown, Woody replied. Okay, what does grown mean? Hilton asked again. Woody say, I'm an adult. He said, when you say an adult, what number in years are you? They asked him. Woody said, I plead the fifth. Judge Euro Granville at the time who presided over the trial at that time before he got kicked off the trial, he found Woody in contempt of court. And Woody had to spend a weekend in the Fulton County Jail. Now, Woody ain't mind. He went in, he spent a little weekend, he came back out, right? And if you've been paying attention to social media, Woody is, he blew up. He now has I seen people saying stuff like, Woody is out here actually living the life that Young Thug used to live. Nice cars, whole lot of money, flashy, all kinds of stuff like that, while Thugger is sitting in prison, or in jail rather, not prison yet, if that should happen. So in an effort to clear up questions about Woody's immunity deal, the state prosecutors called what's called a ex parte meeting with Woody, with his fill-in attorney at the time and the judge. We all remember how this went. Young Thug's attorney, Brian Steele, he found out about it. Brian Steele is one of those people who, you know, his links run deep. So he actually had somebody on the inside who told him, like, yo, Brian, Woody, his attorney, and the judge had a secret meeting. It's called an ex parte meeting, right? And they're not making you aware of what was going on. Now, everybody who's hearing this right here, this part right here, common sense will tell you, even if you're not an attorney, that if the state prosecutor is meeting with their main witness and the judge behind your back, and you're the defendant and the defendant's lawyer, things could go really bad. Because what if they develop a relationship? They laughing and talking behind your back, and then they come to court and they sink your ship. You know what I mean? This could make the judge become partial in any decision that the judge needs to make. So Young Thug's attorney got up and called that out in court. And now when he called that out, Judge Granville got upset. And why Young Thug's attorney was calling for a mistrial based on that. Judge Granville was like, man, fuck all that. Listen, I want to know who told you what was said in that meeting, because you actually said exactly what was said in the meeting, which now got me thinking that I got somebody on the inside who is working for you. So I got to find out who this traitor is that's on the inside of my office. And it became deeper. Boom. He ended up holding Young Thug's attorney in contempt. Young Thug's attorney would not tell him, because he said, I got to protect my sources. But I know what happened behind those closed doors, though. And eventually, Judge Granville gets kicked off the case. So on August 12th, 12 jurors finally returned to the courtroom after a nearly 2-month break. And on August 13th, Woody learned that his attorney A day after they came back from that break, he learned that his attorney was now suspended for reasons that were unrelated to YSL, prompting another afternoon of delays while an attorney was set up for him. During his testimony, Woody released a song that's called I Don't Recall. He directly referenced his recent testimony in this high-profile YSL RICO trial, where for the past week, he repeatedly used the phrase I don't recall in response to many of the prosecutor's questions. Putting out music, making money off his music, going to court, talking to them, then rapping about it and making money off of that. I don't know them niggas. I just be spending. I don't recall. Don't be asking me about no co-defendant. I don't recall. Lil Woody, this is the lyrics that he was rapping in his newly released song. You could go out there and look it up. Lil Woody, I don't recall. Give it a listen and leave in the comment section of this video if you think he has talent. On the stand, still cooking. DA mad, jury looking. Took the fifth, made him book me. I don't recall. Oh man, I find that really, really funny, right? Now, you got to understand that Woody's deal is already secured, right? And he's walking a thin line. Now, I don't care who wants to call him dumb, but you got to have some kind of intelligence to be able to walk that thin line, not violate the conditions of your deal to where that deal still benefits you and they won't yank it back from you, but at the same time, give them no help in solving anything that they want to solve in this case at all. As a matter of fact, fucking up the case for the prosecution and at the same time keeping yourself free. That is some magician shit that Lil Woody is on. Now, during his testimony, he said that he constantly lied to the police in order to protect himself and his family, and he also said that jurors should not believe any of his previous statements. Again, remember, this is the prosecutor's main witness. For the main witness of the prosecution to come in, get on the stand, and say the complete opposite of what the prosecution was expecting him to say, he looks at the jury and tells the jurors, disregard everything I've said in my previous statements. I've been lying my ass off. I lie. I'm telling y'all right now, I was lying about everything. I was lying so much, I can't even recall any of the stuff that you asking me now because it was all a lie. If it was the truth, I would have been able to remember it. But all I was trying to do was trying to get myself out of trouble. So yeah, I don't recall. He also told the court that he blamed Young Thug for crimes that he said that he did not commit. And he did that on purpose. So this is where people were like, oh, you a snitch for real. You putting all your shit on Young Thug. You know what I mean? Knowing that the police was on him. Woody flipped the script in court. He said, nah, that's not the case. I'm putting everything on Thugger because I know that Young Thug wasn't involved in nothing. And the police kept locking me up for whatever they could, here, there, everywhere. And they keep on bringing up Young Thug's name every time they lock me up. So what I did to get them off of me was Thug did this, Thug did that. Because every time they lock me up, they keep bringing his name up. So I'm thinking, okay, so that's who they want? Well, listen, Thug did this, Thug did that, Thug did this, Thug did that. Remember, I'm lying, but I'm saying anything to get them to get away from me. Because I know that I'm lying, so there's no way they could prove my lies to be true. So Thug would be safe anyways. Y'all peeping the maths in this? Lil Woody, who cannot be prosecuted for anything he says on the stand. Listen, Lil Woody, who cannot be prosecuted for anything he says on the stand. He told the prosecutor that he didn't recall the answers to their dozens of questions and the dozens of times, and he begged them to, man, listen, please leave me alone. I'm asking y'all to just leave me alone, man. The police told me that they wanted a big fish and I'm a little fish. When they told me that, my only motive was to convince them that I was telling them the truth about this guy in my mind. So that's why I started telling them, okay, Thugger is a big fish. So, frick, they say they want a big fish. They keep bringing Thug name up. So, okay, Thug did this, Thug did that, Thug did this. But if you really ask me, though, I don't recall. Or it's a lie. I was lying. I don't know nothing. I was making stuff up. He looks at the jury. He says, disregard everything you've heard them say that I said because all of it was a lie and I can't even recall any of what I said. Damn. Listen, as this comes to an end, right? Like I said before, if you're paying attention to social media, you will notice that Lil Woody is out here blowing up. He on the Pop the Balloon dating show. He out in these streets. He making the music videos. There was a particular video I saw recently. I believe it was on Instagram or X, which used to be Twitter. And he riding around in a Lamborghini and had another car there, a Charger, beside it. And got stacks of money, you know what I mean, in the streets and inside the car. And somebody said, oh, you keep riding around like that with all that money on you, eventually you about to get got. And Woody responded and said, yeah, don't forget, there's a K in this bitch. And I said to myself, this dude, if the personality that we are seeing on the stand in court is probably exactly how he is in real life. I'm going to tell you about gang shit. Back in the day, when we were outside, because we ain't outside no more, people like Woody, or who we call a live wire. This is a serious dude. This is the type of dude that will laugh and gun you down at the same time while he's laughing about gunning you down if you violate him. But if you and him are good, and you on good terms, then you good for real with him and he'll go to war for you. That's what I get from who Lil Woody is. So all those people who was watching him on social media talking about, oh, we gonna run up on that car and whatever money you got in there, you gonna have to run it and all that. I'm telling you right now, I don't think he the one. I don't think he's the one. But I'm gonna leave it at that. What I want y'all to do though is leave your comment section. Leave your comments in this comment section and tell me if you think Lil Woody did a good job of throwing this whole case down the drain, or if you think that the prosecution will still be able to salvage this case and get a conviction on Young Thug and the rest of the guys. I'll catch y'all on the next video. It's Brainflow TV / Hot Topics TV. Y'all already know if the topic is hot, we're on it. I'm out. Peace.